Hello there, Bonky here, aka your Lonely Achievement Guide, coming at you, as you can see, with an achievement walkthrough for the game Evil Inside, mostly because I tried to complete this game myself the other day, and the guide I used neglected to point out the one for sure missable achievement if you don't get it, which meant I had to play through the entire game again, and because I'm a crazy person, I was like, that's the perfect opportunity for me to write my own achievement walkthrough for the game. So here I am. I will be providing a written walkthrough with a map of the hallway we will be traversing as well. I'll drop the link to that in the description. Make sure to yell at me if it's not there, because I'm not going to be uploading this for probably another day or so, and I will more than likely forget because I'm old. But just yell at me if I do. I'll do my best to get all the relevant information uploaded, but if I make a mistake, feel free to let me know. Respectfully, please. So we're going to go ahead and run you through the 24 achievements for 1000G in this wonderfully fantastical, okay, it's not that great, horror game. I used to be a horror aficionado, and then I had some shitty life experiences, so I'm not really big on horror anymore. It used to be that I would buy all the crappy blockbuster horror movies that they were clearancing out, and I'd watch everything horror, and I'm not really keen on it too much anymore. The good news is this can barely be classified as a horror game. It's not scary at all. The only thing that will get you is the jump scares, because jump scares are cheap, and that's why every horror game puts them in. The good news is I will be doing my best to document every jump scare before it happens, in case you are averse to those, and my text walkthrough will also be pointing out when the jump scares happen, if you are following along with that instead. What else we got? No chapter select. That's why the one achievement I missed was miserable, and I had to run through again, because I could not just go back to the game calls them rounds. I call them sequences because I'm dumb and like to change things. But that's probably how I will be referencing them. The game is very similar to PT in that you walk down the hallway, things happen, you walk through a door and magically appear at the beginning of the hallway, and new spooky things happen, and you repeat that over and over and over and over again, until eventually we get to leave the house and our 1000G will be complete. So, 24 achievements, 1000G. Almost every achievement is either for completing one of the rounds or for doing objectives that help you finish the round. I think every objective in the game, or every achievement for a side objective, is required except for the gramophone. I was able to go through the game and I never turned off the gramophone. So I believe every other achievement for a side quest or objective for completing a round is required except for the gramophone, so I will do my best to yell at the top of my lungs so you don't miss that and have to replay the game like I did. But everything else is basically required to go through the game, so most of it isn't missable if you do want to stumble around yourself and get scared, I guess. Like I said, I didn't find this all that scary, but other than that, I think we're ready to get started. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pop into new game here. And give me 1 second. We're going to go ahead and start off and immediately get our first achievement for starting a new game. You can see it pop in the upper left there.
And we have breaking news that arrives
and we do have a very long cutscene here. I'm going to pause the recording and I'll come back when it's done so you don't have to sit through it. It's a good couple of minutes, so. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back. We have spawned at the beginning doorway. I'm going to go over just the layout real quick for this first sequence. You can't see it, but behind you there is a door. That is the beginning door as I mark it on my map. We walk forward a little bit here. I labeled this room the nursery. It's actually the master bedroom, which has a crib in it. So this is the nursery room. That's probably what I'm going to call it. This door up here is the bathroom. If we turn right, there's a door on the left that's hard to see. That leads to the upstairs. You make it to the foyer here. There's a door on the left that we won't be interacting with until the very end of the game. And then if we continue further down the hall, you'll notice a door on the left that leads to the kitchen, which is our objective for this first round. This door leads to the basement, and we can't go down there quite yet. Another thing to keep in mind is you can hold the trigger buttons to move slightly faster. It is somewhat noticeable, but we're going to head on into the kitchen here and move over to the counter where the red light is. Press A on it to turn on the baby monitor, I guess. And we're going to leave. What you're going to want to do is we need to walk to the right, but turn and face the basement door. And once the door opens, you can stop backing up and go forward down into the basement. Basement is very straightforward. There's always going to be a door on the opposite side of where you come down the stairs, and that's where you're going to exit the sequence or round or whatever you want to call it. On this corner of this desk, under the light, there will be Ouija board pieces starting in the second sequence. We need to collect all 7 of those, so we'll be coming here every sequence. Once we come down in the basement, go over and check for a Ouija board piece. But once you have your piece, obviously there isn't one here, but when you have your pieces in the subsequent sequences, you can just head to the exit door and walk through. And we've completed sequence 1. You'll see the achievement pop on the screen there. For the second sequence, we have to head to the nursery, but there is going to be a jump scare when we go through the door, just so you're aware. Okay. And we need to run all the way over to the crib here, and once we do, the mobile, either way, will start spinning and playing music, and we can't leave until it stops, so we have about 20 seconds to wait here. I only have the TV on like quarter of volume, so it just kind of sounds like the baby is drowning. Maybe it was. I don't know. But we're going to leave. The door has magically opened up, and as we walk through the foyer and toward the kitchen, the phone's going to ring. I can't really hear it, so yeah, there it is. I don't know when it started triggering, but at some point when you walk along that path, the phone starts ringing. We do need to answer it, so press A. And once you do, we can walk forward and back down into the basement. We're going to go pick up our first Ouija board piece off of the desk near the lamp, which from this point on basically always flickers for a creepy effect. So grab your Ouija board piece, press A to pick it up, and press A to throw it away. I don't know where it goes. And then we just head to the exit to finish our second round, which will be our third achievement. And we're going to keep walking forward and head to the foyer again. Be careful, there is a jump scare, kind of. It's when we get to the foyer. Oh no, terrifying. Okay. On the right here, you'll notice this box on top of the cabinets or dressers or whatever they are called, and we are going to open it up. If you want to solve this puzzle yourself, you can head over here and open this drawer, and you can figure out the 4 numbers from that paper. But I already know the answer, so we're going to go ahead and open this up, and you need to put in 2, 9, 5, and 1. And once you have the 4 numbers in, it automatically unlocks. An achievement pops for you. That's achievement number 4 for us. And we can grab the key out of the box. Once you have the key, turn to the right, and we need to go upstairs. So we're going to go to this first door on the right here and open up the door. And this hallway is linear. I did not put it on my map because you don't really have a choice. You just have to walk through it. So we're going to follow it around to the left. It is very dark, so it's hard to tell that it's linear in some places. But once you turn right down this hallway, you're actually going to kind of warp downstairs. That's the kitchen door now, somehow. And we're heading down into the basement. And that's going to finish off our third sequence here, but before you do, make sure you run over to the blinking light and grab your Ouija board piece. I admit I'm not entirely sure if the Ouija board piece affects your ending, but we're grabbing them all anyways, just to be sure. And we'll get our fifth achievement for completing the third round, and now we have our fourth sequence. It's a rather long one, but there's almost nothing to do. We just need to walk all the way to the basement door. I didn't mention that as a jump scare because nothing really happens. The screen just flickers. So sorry about that if you consider that a jump scare. I did not. We're going to run all the way up to the note and hit left trigger to zoom in on it. Once you do, you can back up. And now we need to go back upstairs again. So once you go through the foyer, take a right through the first door and go up the stairs. And we're going to follow the path all the way around again. It's a little more lit up here this time, so you can tell there's no other way to go. And once we see that flashing light, there's a hole in the wall. So walk up and just like downstairs, use the left trigger to zoom in, and you end up out in the middle of nowhere. Get our sixth achievement there for zooming in on the hole in the wall, and now we just need to walk. This is a very linear sequence. So just walk and walk and walk, and we're eventually going to reach a well, and then we'll respawn back at the hole in the wall. Spoilers, I guess, but if you're really here for the story, you can do better. All this exciting tension. We're back at the hole in the wall, and just like the previous sequence, we're going to take a right and go down the hallway that somehow becomes the downstairs hallway and leads us to the basement. And just like before, you're going to turn to your right, grab your third Ouija board piece, and then exit out the door. That will complete the fourth round or sequence, and you'll get your seventh achievement. There is a jump scare almost immediately when we start our fifth round. Just be aware of that. It's not a bad one, but bathroom door is shaking, but we can't go in. We have to run all the way to the basement door and then return to the bathroom door, and it will open up. There is a jump scare in the foyer here too. Oh, sorry. It is on the way back, so that's my bad. I was being overly cautious, trying to warn before the jump scares, and I was way early. But there will be a slight jump scare here. Lights just turn off. And we need to return to the bathroom. And this one is a jump scare that you cannot avoid. So we're going to run into the bathroom and walk towards the tub. That will turn off the light. The lights will flicker 3 or 4 times. And when they stop, you're going to run forward toward the tub to trigger a jump scare. And there we go. Bathroom door opens back up, and we can return to the foyer. When we get to the foyer, there's going to be this cabinet over here under the locked box we opened up earlier, and it will give us a flashlight. Pick that up to get achievement number 8 for obtaining the lantern. Not sure what country calls it a lantern, but that's what it is in the game. Once you grab the flashlight, we're going to go, like always, down into the basement, grab our fourth Ouija board piece, and end the fifth sequence. And again, remember that you can use the triggers to slightly move faster. There we go. This will give us our 9th achievement for completing 5 rounds. And now we're in the 6th sequence. It is very dark. We need to head to the basement, and there is a jump scare in the foyer, so just be aware of that. We need to go all the way down into the basement, and we're going to hug the left wall when we do. There's some shelving that I didn't really point out because it's only useful in this round or sequence. But on the far back shelf, about halfway up, is a lever we need to grab. That'll give you your 10th achievement for getting the lever. There it is. Now we need to go over to what usually has been a green light for us. It's red, and attach the lever. We're going to pull it to make it green, and now we can head back up the stairs. It is easy to get disoriented in the dark here, so just make sure you're heading back up the stairs. Luckily, there's not a lot of real estate to get lost on. We need to go into the kitchen, but we can't yet. We need to walk all the way back to the beginning door. I don't believe anything happens along the way, so... But the dark is designed to make your brain play tricks on you. Kind of the mantra of ghost hunting shows, really. Just to be safe, interact with the door and then turn around and head back. You don't want to have to walk all the way back with the slow walking speed. And the kitchen door should be open. And on the left here is a TV, so run up to it, press A, and you'll unlock your 11th achievement for turning on the TV. And now we need to go and finish the sequence like we have every other one. Head down to the basement, grab your 5th Ouija board piece. And we'll enter the exit door over here. This time we're going to walk right into a mirror. You just need to walk into it just like you have been for the doors. That will give us our 12th achievement for completing 6 rounds. This is a mirrored level now. So everything is on the opposite side. If you are following the text walkthrough, make sure you just use the map and flip it, because everything is just flipped. So we do have a slight jump scare. There's a bunch of small little ones as we move through this hallway, so just be aware. Nothing like super scary, but there are quite a few different scares along the way. And we need to head all the way to the kitchen. So the kitchen this time is going to be on the right when we reach the end. And inside, on the counter next to the stove, are some matches. Pick those up for your 13th achievement. Lucky number 13. Now we need to exit the kitchen and head upstairs. So we're going to take a left and go through the foyer, and we'll be going through the first door on the left. Again, follow it up and to the left. And then we're going to head to the right as the hallway does. And on this second dresser, you see the crucifix and a picture, and we're going to press A on the candle to light it. That will give you achievement number 14 for lighting the candle. And now we need to go back the way we came. So turn around and head down the stairs again. And when you get to the bottom of the stairs, you're going to take a right. We need to head into the basement now to finish the sequence, just like all the other ones. But remember, everything is mirrored, so once we get down the basement stairs, we're actually going to head to the left to get our 6th Ouija board piece. And then the exit is going to be on the back left of the basement because of the mirrored effect. We'll run right into the mirror to finish off the 7th round and get our 15th achievement. Now, everything is very red. This is where the missable achievement is, folks, so make sure you pay attention here. You're going to follow the hallway to the foyer, and immediately when you reach the foyer, turn to the right and press A on the gramophone. That will give you your 16th achievement for turning it off. And there is a figure that spawns behind you, but we need to walk almost all the way to the basement door to trigger it, so you can turn around and pay attention, and when the figure spawns, you're going to walk towards it. It is going to jump at you once you get close, so just be aware of that. But we do need to run all the way up to it so that it does that. It's a clown. Those clowns are terrifying. Once it runs at you, you can turn around and walk to the foyer. You'll notice the clown dangling from the chandelier. Or I guess the chandelier isn't there anymore. Change of decor, as it were. And we just need to walk all the way forward down into the basement. There is another jump scare at the bottom of the stairs, or down on the way down the stairs, I think. There he is. And with that done, we can go and get another Ouija board piece. I believe this is the final one. We'll know for sure when we play the next sequence. It is our 7th. And now we're going to leave and finish our 8th round and get our 17th achievement. This 9th sequence is very dark. But you'll notice this light is illuminating the potted plant and the cabinet here. So you're going to walk forward and open the top drawer to get batteries for the flashlight. With this done, we're going to walk to the foyer and we're going to be trapped by magically appearing shelving. I didn't really want to classify this as a jump scare because, I mean, it's shelving. If shelving scares you, never work in the back room at a retail giant. But you have to wait about 30 seconds before the shelving will disappear. It doesn't really matter what you do. But once it does, we need to walk to the basement door. Then we need to walk all the way back to the beginning door. And then we need to return to the basement again. Doing this triggers a jump scare when we return to the basement that allows the basement door to open. So, now that the shelving is gone, we're going to walk all the way to the basement door. I do this to be safe because on my first 2 runs of the game, I actually tried to just run to the beginning door and come back, and it didn't trigger the door opening. So I recommend running all the way to the basement door and then turning around, just to be safe, because you do not move very quickly. Run up and interact with the door with A once you see the lock icon, and then turn around. And once we reach about the foyer, the jump scare is going to start. Might be a little bit earlier. There we go. And now we just run into the basement. We're going to head to the right just to show off that the Ouija board is complete, as you can see there. Nothing we can do with it, I just wanted to show you. And we're going to head to exit the sequence and get our 18th achievement for completing the 9th sequence or round. I'm sorry, I'm sure the round sequence thing is confusing. We've made it to sequence 10. As you can see, our character is supposed to be terrified. That's why his vision is going all over the place. We are going to walk forward all the way to the basement door. Nothing is really going to happen, although you can see a ghostly figure upstairs when you walk through the foyer. Once you get to the basement door, it's going to slam in your face. And the ghostly figure will tell you, don't look back. But we have to run all the way to the end of the foyer. And then turn around, you'll see the figure is gone. And run forward again, and you're going to get a jump scare right before the kitchen door. Or right about the kitchen door. And this one knocks you out while you look at your dead mother's sexy feet. Look at those feet. So hot. Anyways, we're going to now respawn at the beginning door and get an achievement for reviving. Achievement number 19 for us. There we go. And now we just need to run all the way to the basement and exit the level as we have been before. Nothing's going to interfere with us. So... Again, if you really want to, you can go check the Ouija board, but it's all in one piece over there. No real point in running over. And once we go through the door, we'll get our 20th achievement for completing the 10th round. And we're on the final sequence, folks. So what we need to do now is walk all the way down toward the kitchen door. Nothing's going to happen as you do, so don't worry. Right before the kitchen door on the right wall is a group of pictures, and we need to interact with the center one. It'll cause it to fall off and leave you a message. She loved taking photos. That doesn't really help us because we haven't seen the camera yet, but now we need to return to the nursery. When you get in, there are going to be 2 wardrobes on your right and a jump scare. Once you open the first wardrobe. The second one is locked, so we have these 2 wardrobes. This one is locked until you interact with that one. And a jump scare is going to happen here. And then we can open up this one and get the camera, which will get us our 21st achievement. Or 22nd, excuse me, for finding the camera, because we got one for the photo. Don't know if I cataloged that. Whatever. We got the camera. We're almost done. We now need to head to the foyer, and you can have the camera out. If you take pictures, you'll see blood everywhere. You can take pictures with the right trigger. And once you get to the foyer, you're going to aim just over the exit door, and you'll see go out. That opens the door, and we are free to leave. Going out through the entrance will get us our 23rd achievement for completing the game. Eventually. And then we'll have a scene or two where the truth of the game is revealed. And once the credits start to roll, your 24th and final achievement should pop for you. While we're waiting for the scene, I'll just show off we have 23 of the 24 achievements. And apparently we killed our mother, and now we're going to be tortured, but only because we used the Ouija board to communicate with her spirit. Otherwise, we would have been fine. Keep that in mind. Never use a Ouija board.
Your father is serving your sentence, but you will serve my sentence.
And her mom throws us down a well. Great parenting. Thanks, Mom. The credits roll. And your final achievement should pop here. It's weird, it's taking a little bit longer for me. Maybe I mocked the game too much. It's gonna make us play through again. Your achievement should have popped by now. It popped for me the first playthrough immediately when the credits started, so. I guess I'm gonna sit here and wait until the achievement pops. I like to capture all the achievements popping on screen, but if it glitches, I could be in a really rough position here. And see, now I'm a liar. My video is over 30 minutes now. Ugh, I'm such a terrible content creator. That's really weird. I wonder if I just got lucky the first time and it popped early, or if I'm actually being uh, punished by the game for making fun of it and not getting the last achievement to pop. I guess we'll see. If I have to make a third recording of this game. There we go, the final achievement popped. So that may pop earlier for you. Like I said, my first playthrough it popped right when the credit scene started. So I don't know what happened with that, if opening the guide just kind of screwed with it. I'm not sure, but that's how you get your 24 achievements in 1000G in Evil Inside, ladies and gents. If you have any questions or comments for me, as always, let me know down below and I will do my best to answer them. But if not, I will see you guys next time.